Hi, I'm Daphne Richards. Universal City gardener Lisa Caldera is growing lots of delicious tomatoes that she got at the Sunshine Community Garden Sale. She's growing Cascara Lava, Cream Sausage, Buckbee's New 50, and Jean Flamme. She also had some Cherokee Purples, but the birds wiped those out. In her not quite 200 square foot garden, she also grows onions, squash, peppers, beans, and eggplant. And a few years ago, she picked up 2 rather ragged blackberry plants and 2 raspberry plants from the clearance shelf for a song, only $5 each. She planted them in a little patch and forgot about them, but she still got enough blackberries to make 6 jars of blackberry basil jam. This year, the blackberries and raspberries are so abundant that she'll fill up the kitchen. Robin McGarry is also busy harvesting tomatoes and squash in her garden. And Kathy Boyle attributes all of the spring rain to the largest squash she's ever grown. Our question this week comes from landscape architect Tate Mooring about a troubled boxwood in a client's garden. The plants are exhibiting sporadic areas of yellowing, browning leaves throughout the hedge. The damage appears to start on the tips of the leaves in most places, then proceeds in from the leaf margin. Tate also noted that this hedge gets a lot of reflected heat from a white stone patio, so actually he already knew the answer himself. And we can confirm his suspicions. These are classic symptoms of sunburn and heat buildup in the leaves. I have some baby Jim boxwoods myself. 2 of the plants border a mostly shaded sidewalk and have never had any issues. But one borders my driveway, which is in complete sun for the entire day and has the same damage as shown here. While you can't do anything about the reflected heat, you can alleviate some of the heat buildup in the leaves by watering the plants more frequently during the summer. In order to take in water from their roots, plants must lose water from their leaves. This process also helps with heat buildup. Much like sweating helps to lower our temperature slightly when we get too hot, for plants, water loss has a cooling effect. And when it's really hot, water loss occurs quickly, depleting the leaf supply faster than the roots can replenish it. When the leaves can't replenish the water that's evaporating, they desiccate from the edges towards the center, much like the drying up of a lake. If it's really hot where these plants are, you may not be able to completely eliminate the problem, but watering often, maybe even daily during super hot periods of time, will mitigate the damage. And boxwoods are resilient, so as soon as temperatures cool down, the plant will begin to recover. Just shear off as much of the damage as possible at the end of summer, which will encourage healthy new growth to take its place. Our plant this week is actually a follow-up to Marissa Garrett's question in 2015 about an Agave americana with severely blotched leaves. We diagnosed sun scald caused when our extended cloudy, unusually cool, wet spring turned into blasting sunlight almost overnight. After we suggested shading the plants if possible, Melissa draped them until the temperature was solidly back in the 80s and the weather was much more consistent. And look at them now. They recovered just fine. To avoid having the same problem this year, she draped them until we hit consistent 90-degree days. The shade fabric is held in place by the plant's spines. Melissa periodically adjusts it so that it doesn't hinder the leaves. Thank you for getting back in touch, Marissa. And we'd love to hear from you too. So head on over to klru.org/CTG to send us your questions, pictures, and video.